What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happen in the scale world of RC over the past week. If you enjoy the Scale News Update, hit the like button and let's jump into this week's topics. First for this week, I've released all of the build files for the Jimmy's Moon Buggy project. This one here. That was one that I did the build along for while I was working on it. And now that it's finished, I've put all of the files together and you can download them all at once from my website. So you can go find all of the details on that there. I also did a video of just going over all of the very specific details of it, just to give you all of the information you need to know. And I'll put a link to that in the corner. So go watch that if you're interested in getting those files and you want to build your own moon buggy. And if you are interested in that, Brazin Scale, who was a member of the build along, he has done a machined Delrin skid plate option for that. So you can go pre-order that on his website. It's a beautiful piece, 3D machined, looks fantastic. There's a 3D printed file for the moon buggy in the build along package, but if you just want to have that nice machined Delrin one, it's a nice little bonus. So you can go find a link to his site for that product below also. This week, I saw a new servo being advertised for the micro world, specifically the SCX24 world. This is by TORQ, the MLS 1022 high torque micro servo. This is like a 200 ounce micro servo. And if you're just looking at it, it doesn't have any ears on it. But that is because they have integrated in the SCX24 servo mounting pattern into the bottom of the machined case. Getting rid of the ears helps with clearance. That's a big bonus of this. And, you integrate in the servo mounting. So it's one more part that you don't have to buy and upgrade over the stock factory plastic stuff. So a bonus there, you save a little bit. Servo's also not priced all that badly. I believe it's for sale at a few places. The very first place that I was sent a link to is at Harley Direct. So that's the one I'm going to include. You can go check that out there, see if it's something for you. One thing that I did notice while reading the description of this is it said patent pending. I thinking that possibly it's for that integrated servo mount style. It's like, oh, maybe that is what the idea is. But why that's interesting is the next story is from the people over at EcoPower, AMain's house brand, and they released 2 new SCX24 servos with integrated mounting tabs for the SCX24 servo mount bolt pattern. So either that patent pending won't hold and that'll go away, or maybe AMain won't be selling these for long, or maybe they come from a similar place. I don't know. Either way, there seems to be some conflict with these two. The AMain options, EcoPower specifically, they have 2 options at 2 different price points. I like $20 option, which is a plastic case servo, just a nice upgrade with a decent amount of power. And it's got that mounting, pattern molded into it, drops right in, super easy. And then they also did an aluminum case version, similar to this other one, rear exit wires like the other one as well. Looks very similar in a number of ways, a lot of ways. It's a different color. This one, not quite as much power. I think the other one was at 200. This one is at 172 or 173. Still great power. Also, the price is great, like $50. So if you consider the mounting bracket that you normally tend to spend $10-15 on, that price gets even lower. So again, all of these options are good options. I'm just not sure about that patent pending thing yet or how that's going to shake out. Always love watching that unfold though. Speaking of patent pending and all of that, there's a company called Sparc Drive who's been popped up on Facebook and Instagram for a little while, probably like the better part of a year. They've been like releasing little snippets. I covered them on the Scale News, whatever the first time was. It was quite some time ago. And they are doing a TORQ vectoring center section, basically. It looks like very similar to element axles that they're using. And in some of the videos, you can see it's got an element ecto body. So that would make sense. But anyway, they're building a TORQ vectoring diff. They haven't showed the details and the up close of that, how they're accomplishing it exactly. But their text and things like that you can see is giving that away. the initial photos of this thing, the center section of the pumpkin was very large and very blocky. Not very scale looking. Clearance, not all that great. And we haven't seen anything else beyond that. So, you know, until they actually put out some info, the actual like demonstrations that they're showing, it's like we need to see the rest of this picture. They're like teases. I'm like, I don't think this is. You know, their Facebook page has like 2 followers, 2 likes currently, as of the time of this filming at least. I'll link to it so you can go check it out if you like. And just tell them, like, give us this info. You releasing this thing or not? It's been like a year. What are you doing? Tell us. Tell me. Tell somebody. Tell a friend. If you want to follow along to the mystery that is the Sparc Drive, like I said, I'll put a link to their Facebook. You can go find their Instagram from there. Maybe it's something that's going to be cool. Maybe it's something that's going to be just super complicated. It's hard to say until we see it. Speaking of complicated, James Knight over at Knight Customs has posted up his most recent version of the upcoming H10 interior set. This time with 2 driver figures that you may recognize. One is me. I scanned my face and I sent it to James, and he did his work to get it molded onto somebody with a hat appropriately. And also Matt's head is included, and appropriately James fixed it so that I am in the driver's seat, because that is how it should be. But this interior is going to be coming before too long, animated with the steering and the hand braking and the navigator giving poor directions from the other side of the cockpit. Hopefully we see this thing soon. I'll definitely be printing it and making Matt's head slightly smaller. Speaking of, come watch Matt and I live Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on Livestream Takeover every week. Like clock, count on it. Set your watch to it. As long as you're not always like right on time. Lots to discuss. Looking forward to this week's show. And if you're looking for a little bit more content, a little behind the scenes, or just some extra support for this channel, you can check out my channel memberships, which I have opened. You can find the information for that in the link in the description. Helps the channel out. I appreciate it. I do members only videos as well, just with a little bit more information on what's going on behind the scenes of the channels, upcoming videos. You also get to see videos like the scale news update the night before. So if you're into that, or you just want to support the channel a little bit more, check out the channel memberships. I appreciate everyone who's joined that so far. Duratrax released a new tire. This is the Fosil for the SCX6. Now, this is the first time we've seen Duratrax get into this larger size, as far as I'm aware, well, in the scale crawler world. So this is their first tire there. We've seen tires from them in 1.9 from, 419, 475. We've seen 2.2s as well. Some people really like the Duratrax tires. The compound does not work everywhere, but some people just absolutely love them. I believe that they had like 3 tread patterns in the past. And like I said, some people really liked them. So an option for the SCX6 could be a winner for those people as well. I feel like somebody already used the name Fosil for tires. I thought it was Proline, but I did a Google search and I couldn't find it. It felt like a really long time ago, like mid 2000s. I can't find it. Who knows if that was a thing or if I'm just projecting. So if you can remember though, let me know who made it, where it was, or what it looked like. And thanks again to RCMap.io for partnering with the Scale News Update for this month. RCMap.io is an app you can get on your iPhone, or you can go to their website, rcmap.io. Just type that in. That is the full web address. And you'll find a map with a ton of crawling spots as well as stores located all over the world, really. Not just the US. You'll find it Canada, Europe, UK, all over. So if you're looking for spots to crawl in your area, go check out rcmap.io. It's got super easy map to navigate, very similar like Google Maps. Find a pin, zoom in. Many of them have a YouTube video or photos attached to them. So you can go zoom in, see it, maybe click on a photo that was taken at that location and see exactly what you've got in store for you. Super handy. I've found spots near me actually that I had no idea about. There's also a leaderboard where my friend Brad Perry happens to be near the top with a ton of great spots in this area. So definitely worth checking out. See if you can learn something about your area. They're also doing a giveaway for an Axial CJ7 currently. You just register for a free account and you're entered. if you add more spots to the map, you get extra entries as well. So definitely worth checking out. Thanks again to RCMap.io. This week, Proline has a few announcements for us. Last week, we talked about their new original tread pattern design to be released, and we got the info on that. It's called the Aztek. It's a 1.9 tire with just a tread pattern that looks like it could work fairly well. Tread depth is a little bit different than some of their other tires, so could work better in some terrains that maybe you didn't find the same success with a Hyrax or a crawler. Might be worth a shot. Coming in their good compounds, it is available for pre-order already. So if this looks like one that may have a shot in your area, obviously Proline rubber, always good. So check those out. Get a set on pre-order. Then for the Losi Promoto, two new options. First of all, we've got the Geomax MX14. This is an aggressive, like not quite a paddle type tire. Get your ripping around at least. Looks pretty good. It's a Dunlop tire, so it is licensed. Therefore, I assume that this is like a version you can actually buy. Losi has, or Proline specifically, has gone to this V2 bead design. It's a little bit stronger, it appears, and it does require the wheels that match that. So if you bought the wheels for one of their other tires they released with that V2 design, you're good to go. Otherwise, if you're coming from stock, you will need to get a set of the wheels or get one of the mounted options of these tires. Front and rear tires, both available for it. And then also, they've got the new Hot Lap MX tire. So these are a like Supermoto style tire. They say that these will work on dirt oval or pavement as well. A number of different terrains like that, but probably not something that you're looking to have that super knobby tread pattern on because it's not quite like that. Front and rear tires, again, available in this, mounted or unmounted. Make sure that it's going to be the right choice for you. Good looking options regardless. That Losi Promoto, such a cool RC. But that does it for this week's news topics. For this week's question, I want to take it back to that Sparc Drive we talked about a little while ago. Now, TORQ vectoring is something new that we haven't seen, and I believe that Sparc Drive is trying to patent their design for that. So should be something truly new in that way. Open diff with electronic brakes, who knows exactly what they're trying to offer, how they're achieving that. But what I wanted to ask is, do you like your crawlers, your scale trucks with all of the features? Do you like to hit all of the buttons, or do you like to keep it simple? Stupid, keep it stupid simple. However you like to say that saying. Which way do you like? Do you like the features, the gadgets, or is that just too complicated? You need it simple. The buggy that I built, 4-wheel steer with front and rear dig now. I'm a big fan. I love the maneuverability. I like being able to manipulate each axle on its own. So there's times that I really like those functions. Then there's other times with like diff locks and 2-speeds where I don't personally find as much enjoyment in those. For me, unlocked diffs, not something that I'm usually looking for. I usually just want to go through tough terrain, so I want a locked diff. And then 2-speeds, brushless motors these days, I just am usually pretty happy with the speed and low resolution I can get with a single speed transmission and a good motor setup. So there's times where I like the extras and there's times that I could go without them. How do you feel about it? How many buttons do you like to use on your radio? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, I appreciate your guys' feedback. It's my favorite part of the Scale News update. I do read all of your comments. So with that, as always, thanks again for watching the Scale News update. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe if not already, and hit the notification bell so you see the videos as soon as they get uploaded. Once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Yeah. You gonna let me finish this thing? Yeah? No. I can wait. Cool. Can I move this back? You done? All right, you gotta go. Go and get. Come on. Kick rocks. All right, come on. Where did I leave off at?